so Maria. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Unless we are clear about the functioning of our total system, our spiritual practice is a burden, and we live under the illusion that we are walking spiritual path. Understanding should be perfect, without any compromise. And if that understanding is perfect, it will naturally be descended in our life. Like when we have, as a child, touched the fire, our hand got burnt. Even at that age, our understanding became perfect, that the fire burns. Then throughout life, we will not come in contact with the fire again and again. No, last time it was okay, this time I may not be. No. Exactly the same way, when we discover what exactly we are, the quality of life will be different. Therefore, first is the body, then gross body, then the subtle body, then the causal body. Gross body, we don't need any explanation. We are buried in that. Subtle body, we are worried in that. So either we are buried or we are worried. Now what is the cause? This is the causal body. Now what is the causal body? Mind plus impressions in the form of likes and dislikes is the causal body. So, when there are impressions on our mind, there are two options. One option is we come under the influence of those impressions. Second option, we do not come under the influence of those impressions, although we go through the experiences. Two options. See? Now, when we come under the influence of those impressions, we are labeled as Jiva. When we do not come under the influence of those impressions on our mind, we are Paramatma. Can there be more simpler explanation than this? See? So, the mind or buddhi is equally inert, like everything, because it is the effect of the Prakriti. Prakriti is inert. So this inert mind, how can it experience? Like this bottle and the table. Will the table say, "Hat jaye yahan se"? No. See? So, the world which is experience and the experiencing institution, the mind, both of them are inert. How they will know each other? So between the two, one must be sentient. Otherwise it is not possible. See? Can you imagine two chairs kept next to each other and they saw one motu coming. So will the one chair say, "Dekho wo aa raha hai. Let us pray to the Lord, he doesn't land on me." No. Because they are inert. See? Now we have to understand how the inert mind becomes enlivened and becomes knower, sentient. We have to understand this. And therefore, if it is a plain mind without any thought, there will be a common reflection. Life will be there. And that life will continue in the body, and the sentiency will be there, but it will be a common sentiency. It will not be a specific sentiency. See? Life-wise, we are all one. Life we are not. It's not that in lady there is a feminine life, in gents it is a masculine life, in the old it is the old life, young life. No. Life is common. See? So there are no differences. Now this common experience we all have when there is a deep sleep. See? In deep sleep, we may tell when the children are awake, hey, we should not sleep like this. We have to face our feet to any direction except south. It is not good. Okay, mummy. And the child sleeps, facing his feet to the north. And after he sleeps, then like the hands of the clock keeps on moving. That time, which direction are his legs or feet? Gone. See? Therefore, we have to recognize how the inert body or inert mind becomes sentient. This is the basic of all understanding. If you take only electricity, there is no light in electricity. If you take only bulb, there is no light in that. I think there is no power. No power is there. But then why there is no light? Because there is no bulb. I have got a bulb, but there is no light. Why? No power. Then what is to be done? An unholy wedlock between electricity and a bulb. When it comes, the light comes. So, like the light is neither holy nor unholy. When the light is illuminating the Krishna Vigraha, it is not purified. When it is illuminating the filth in the toilet, it is not getting dirtied. Exactly the same way, when we observe in absolute reality, Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan, whatever you call, there is no samsara. Only in Prakriti there is no samsara. Prakriti is Ishvara Srishti. We don't suffer in the Ishvara Srishti, we don't suffer in the God's creation. We suffer in our creation. God created a woman, no problem. Out of that woman, the father created a daughter, the husband created a wife, the son created a mother, who are miserable. God's creation, that lady is not miserable. But the daughter, the husband, wife, and mother, they are only miserable. See, friend, just get this point clear. Now, how they are born? How out of that woman, so many are born? They are born only after body identification. Therefore, Upanishad says, when we are in deep sleep, snoring away, that time, tatra mata amata bhavati, tatra pita apita bhavati. In the deep sleep, we are neither mother nor father, nor brother nor sister, neither American nor Australian. But we are there. And we are not like a wooden table. We are sentient. Now be very attentive. Life is a mind where impressions are zeroed. And therefore, in deep sleep, it is this mind principle which we call as life, Chetana, that is responsible for maintaining all the functions of the body. In the deep sleep, the blood circulation continues, the digestion continues, metabolism continues. There is nobody there. See, friends. So, up to the life, there is no problem. Up to the common mind, there is no problem. And this common mind gets identified with a particular body. See? Space, if you take. Now we say we are inside the hall, our car is outside the hall. Then we say our car is inside the compound and the road is outside the compound. See? So, inside, outside requires a reference point. See? I was inside. Inside what? See? So, what is the reference point we have? I am inside, you are outside. In the deep sleep, where are we? When are we? What are we? Nothing. So, what is the culprit? Culprit is body identification. And what is the logic behind it? We are intelligent people, unfortunately. What is the logic? There is no logic. Because something is done by majority, does it mean it is the truth? In the field of the reality, majority is not the law. What is majority? Majority is the fools. Like democracy. In democracy, the fools rule the wise. Because wise are not 12 to a dozen. See, friends. So, majority see the sky blue. But because everybody sees the sky blue, does it mean it is blue? And even after knowing sky has no color, after knowing this very well, and again you look into the deep sky, it will be seen blue. But what will be the experience? I will say for a casual way, oh, blue, beautiful summer cloud-free sky. I will say, but that time also I know the sky is not blue. See? So, when we have perception through our sense organs and we give a status of reality to those perceptions and become influenced by those perceptions, then a jiva is born. And when we come to know something, perceptions, knowledge happening, and then we are influenced, Jiva is born. Perceptions, knowledge is happening, but the knower is not born. Jiva is not born. See? How important it is. So, what is the Jiva? Jiva is born when consciousness reflects in the thought of body identification. Thoughts cannot be without a shape. If I ask you to think about your wife or husband. Swamiji, why are you spoiling my early morning? Okay, stop. Then think about nothing. Can you think? For thinking, you require a reference. And what is the reference we know? Body identification. And after body identification, then I am mother, father, sister, husband, wife, in-law, outlaw. And samsara begins. Then we go to sleep. What is sleep? Body identification is suspended, but we continue to exist. So, the specific mind dissolves back in the total mind. Total mind is Chetana, life. And therefore, when the deep sleep experience is over, 8 hours, do we say, 8 hours I was sleeping, man, I am damn tired? Why we are not tired? Because we were nobody. Because you are nobody, no thoughts. Thoughts require a reference point. See? And what is the reference point? Forms and names. So the world is Nam Rupatmak Jagat. The world is name and a form. Forms are outside, names are inside. See? For a devotee of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, when he says Krishna, 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 he has got a different experience. And this girl, if she hears Krishna, 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 kahan gaya, kahan gaya? Arey yaar, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Words are the same. What knowledge takes place? See, friends. Therefore, how this inert mind becomes sentient? The inert mind becomes sentient when in the womb of the thought there is a content, reference, and therefore the mind takes a shape. See? And on that shaped mind or the thought, consciousness reflects as Chidabhasa. And because of that Chidabhasa, that inner thought becomes enlivened and a knowledge takes place. I know this or I don't know this. Meaning, experience is supported by the experiencer. But if we take our Mahamantra, देखो, सुनो, experience. मत बोलो, experiencer is not born. But what is the experience? I, you, constantly. मैंने वो कहा, उसने ये कहा, अरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा, कृष्णा. Where are the friends and enemies when they sleep? See, friends, therefore, to make it still simpler, specific experience is samsara. Non-specific experience is Bhagavan. green, red, yellow, white, blue. Specific. Green is not red, red is not blue, blue is not yellow. All of them are eliminated by the vision which has no color, no form. So what is the reality? These colors are reality or the vision is reality? You don't have to do anything. Only adjust your focal length. Where are you? Are we in the objective world? Or we are the instrument through which the knowledge is happening? So when the knowledge happens, if we become aware that let a knower be not allowed to be born. The knower is born when a comment comes. This is beautiful, this is ugly, this is good, this is bad. Samsara begins. देखो, सुनो, there is nothing wrong. मत बोलो. Don't take these mantras casually. They are very deep. But our old habit, we have to comment. हमारे यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता, तुम्हारे यहाँ चले जाओ फिर. See, friends, life is 100% adjustment. See? Somebody asked me recently, Hamidji, you move to so many places. How can you manage? I said, I adjust. That's the only way. Adjustment. And when can you adjust? When you have something higher in your life, then the lower things are dropped. What is the highest in our life? See? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanne vatmana tushtaha. This is the highest. And how this highest is disturbed? Because he said like that, I said, see? Because what we are dealing in life is the specifics. Get out of the specific, come to the common. See? Children, common. Specific, my son, my daughter. See, friends, we have to change our standpoint. So how to change the standpoint? The first thing, as it is told here, tat sara bhuta buddho yat pratipalitam tu shuddha chaitanyam. So in the thought, when the consciousness is pratipalitam reflected as the chidabhasa, jivasya uktaha, he is called as the jiva. See? So to understand the jiva, take your personal experience. Man is Paramatma. In that man, the Paramatma, the thought that she is my wife. In that thought, this man is reflected. Reflected man in the mirror of the wife is called as husband. So if you have to define a husband, how many factors are required? First, a wife is required. So the man is required. When this man and the wife, they come in contact with each other under n number of conditions, then a husband is born. Good. Now who suffers? Man or husband? Now if the wife dies, what happens to the husband? Nothing. He will get married again. Nothing happens to him. But who was miserable? Husband. And if the man dies, can the husband exist? So what is the reality? The conditioned expression of man as a mother or father, husband or wife, they are the reality, or the man and woman is the reality. Think. All of us suffer in the life because of this ignorance. See, friends. So, jivasya ukta adyaihi yo ahamiti spurti krut vapushi. Now, this thought of the body, in that body thought, the consciousness is reflected as the Chidabhasa, and thereafter, this Chidabhasa Yukta Vritti, what we call technically Phalavyapti. See? Chidabhasa Yukta Vritti, the thought containing the reflection of the consciousness is called as the Jiva. So, husband is the Jiva and the man is the Paramatma. See, one husband asked me, before in front of his wife, Swamiji, you please tell her. I said, अभी वही बचा है, बताओ क्या बताओ. See, they use us. Because nobody listens to them. Swamiji has to listen. And nobody listens to Swamiji. You are Brahman. Hey, Swamiji ka Brahman. Gale ho fir. See? Swamiji, please tell her at least she should respect me. I am elder than her. Then I said, look here, I will take her side, not yours. Why? She gives me food. You don't give me food. Then I said, tell me, did you get married one after another or together? See? You got married together, isn't it? So as husband and wife, your age is the same. It's not different. And who is talking to me? The man is talking or husband is talking? Husband is talking. But then I said, there is a solution. For everything there is a solution. And what is the solution? Think properly. Avichara kruto bandaha vicharena nivartate. All the problems are born out of erroneous, incomplete thinking. They can be sorted out by proper thinking. Not by not thinking. By proper thinking. So what is the thing about it? I said, have patience, I'll tell you. The problem will dissolve. I don't solve the problem, dissolve the problem. Problems cannot be solved. In the relative world, there is no possibility of zero problems. And in the absolute world, there is no problem that requires to be solved. See? So what is the way? The way is, what is, how, since how long you are married? Swamiji, we are married for 15 years. Okay, so you are still teenager. Teenagers fight. Then continue for another 4 years. But how can you say exactly 4 years? Because 19. Teenage is over. After teenage, then you come to senses. It is easier to deal with the known enemy than to deal with the unknown friend. Somebody, you are making fun of us. I said, no, there is no need to make. You are self-sufficient. See? So what we have done nothing. Only the one who is miserable, mother, father, brother, husband, wife, they don't exist. But where they are born after body identification. Therefore, what should be the spiritual practice? Only freedom from body identification. And if there is the freedom from body identification, we will not get involved in anybody's life, particularly parents. Don't get involved in your children's life. You have destroyed sufficiently. Don't help them. Get too much involved. See, friends, there was one girl, she told me, Swamiji, my mother is a very abnormal mother. I said, yes, she is your mother. How can she be normal? Do you know what happened? What? She tells me, Beta, don't get married. Life is terrible. I am suffering because I got married. At least you should not get married. She said, have you seen such a mother? Tells me not to get married. Other mothers tell, Beta, get married. And she is telling me, I said, she is a Vedanti. See, friends. But that is the truth. See, change your standpoint. Our standpoint is, I am inside the body, world is outside. So change the standpoint. The body is in me, but I am not in the body. It only change. And it doesn't require anything. When we talk, we are inside the hall and the car is outside. Reference is these walls. See? And if you pull out the walls, will the space in the hall go out? Because the space is not in the hall. The hall is in the space. Exactly the same way. We are not in the body. The body is in me. See? Mayi eva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishthitam, mayi sarvam layam yati tad brahmadvayam asmaham. Everything is born in me. If I am there, then the husband is there. If I am there, then the father is there. If I am there, then the mother is there. Then I am there, then everything is. If I am not, nothing is. See, friends. You know, this world is called as prapancha. You know why it is called as prapancha? The root is pachi vistare. Pach dhatu means expansion. Therefore, pachana, Paka Shastra. So, this world is तुमको भी प्यास लगी क्या? So, world is expansion of the five great elements, five tanmatras, five jnanendriyas, five karmendriyas, pancha prana, pancha upaprana, expansion of the five. Therefore, we have got 5 fingers. Now take the support of this. Small finger is body, annamaya kosha. Ring finger, because of which you suffer. The ring is put here, isn't it? See? This is called a wedding ring. In Maharashtra, Veda means mad. Only mad people put the wedding ring. Wise don't. And some are super mad. They get married again and again. Wedding ring. This is pranamaya kosha. Then the middle finger tallest. This is manomaya kosha, mind. Now the question is, whose body? My body. Whose prana? My prana. Whose mind? My mind. This Vijnanamaya kosha is a place for I. This I is identified with the mind, becomes happy or miserable. This I gets identified with the pranamaya kosha through the mind, becomes hungry or thirsty. This I gets identified with the body, becomes man and woman, young and old. So presently our condition is like this. Now what is to be done? Majority law So the I is under the influence of the three. Whole life is lived by the body, for the body, on everybody. Whole life is lived for eating food and converting it into garbage. Whole body is used collecting the wealth of joy and miseries. This is our personality. So, what will be the sadhana? Separate this I from this three. This we do. When we sleep, in sleep, we are neither happy nor miserable, neither hungry nor thirsty, neither man nor woman. When we separate ourselves from these three, we are happy. But then where do we go? We go back to Anandamaya Kosh. This is the meaning of the Jnana Mudra. It is not a snuff mudra. How important it is. Therefore, this I is born when identified with the three. I is liberated when disidentified from the three. I identified with the three is the Jiva. I, although functioning through the three, is not identified with the three, is Paramatma. अब इससे और क्या बता सकते हैं? कैन यू शो मी गॉड? एक कस के लगाओ. कुछ दिखा क्या? शो मी गॉड. देखो महाराज, दिस इज प्रबोध सुधाकर. His not only name is Sudhakar and all the time miserable. No. So Jivasya Uktaha Addehi Yo Ahamiti Spurti Krud Vapushi. Therefore, when this I is identified Vapushi with the body, identified with the body becomes somebody. After that, he is hungry, thirsty, and after that, he is happy, miserable. Therefore, what will be simpler spiritual practice than this? I be identified with the body, but don't become husband, wife, mother, father, sister. Then, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%, play your role. After the role is over, change yourself. All the time carrying the burden. And this Jiva, he wants liberation. Liberation from what? And they know also what they don't know, they know. When a person gets divorced from a wife, what exactly happens? Nothing happens. Because when his wife is and he is husband, that time also there is no thing like a husband. And no thing like a wife. But these non-existing entities, they are miserable. One couple asked me this question, Swamiji, give us some technique by which we talk to each other, but we should know that we are not real husband and wife. I say, very simple. What you call to your wife? Not names. How do you address her? I call her honey. I say, very good. You call her Mithya honey. You people add na darling, etc. So instead of that, add Mithya. Mithya honey. I said, Mama, what do you call to him? I call him chewing gum. Mithya chewing gum. See? Life is like a cup of tea. It depends how you make it. You boil it and make it bitter and complain, oh God, why did you make my tea bitter? We are squarely responsible for everything. What should be done? Breaking is not spiritual practice. Uniting is spiritual practice. See? We are already broken. Colors and forms are broken vision. Our hearing ability is broken sounds. The breaking is not spiritual life. Ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kinchana. Therefore, as Jiva is concerned, there is no way out other than understanding clearly the one who is miserable doesn't exist. Chala taranga sanga pratibhimbam bhaskarasya cha chalam syad asti tatha chanchalata chaitanya chitta chanchalyat. See? Like when the waves are constantly moving and the sun is reflected in that, it appears as if the reflected sun is also moving. So what is happening? Movement of the waves, association with the reflection of the sun together creates an illusion that the reflection is also moving. Now, if you go one step further, which is not told here, if you go one step further, even it is appearing that the reflection is moving, but is reflection a reality that it can move? It's just an appearance. Exactly. The Jiva is a reflection on the thought, that of Paramatma. And therefore, if the thoughts are disturbed, that time also the Jiva is not disturbed. Then Karnataka appeared to be disturbed. See? तुम रूठी रहो मैं मनाता चलूं मजा जीने का और भी आता है. खेलो. Don't become serious. How simple it is. So, jala tara tarangam sangat pratibhimbam bhaskarasya cha chalam bhasyati asti tatha chanchalata chaitanya chitta chanchalyat. Because of the movement of this, it appears as if the Chaitanya is also moving, but it is not. When this is said, a question is raised. Nanu arka pratibimbaha saliladishu yaha sa cha avamhasayati. Sir, when the sun is reflected in the waters, the reflected sun, chidabhasa, from there also another light comes. A very deep thought. Nanu arka pratibimba saliladishishu yaha sa cha avamhasayati. That also eliminates whatever comes in the source. Then kim itara padartha nivaham pratibimbaha api atmanaha tadvat. So is it the same way that the reflected consciousness that also illuminates everything? See? Is the question. Who is illuminating this world? Is it the sun or the reflected sun in the water? Which is illuminating? This is the question. This I told you, two types of lights. One is common light. Second is reflected light. Reflection requires an upadhi, a conditioning. See? And be very attentive. All of us experience only reflected light. We call, oh, the sunlight is very bright. This is totally wrong. What we see is the reflected light. Sunlight is a dark light. You cannot see. Go still further. We are seeing each other, isn't it? Why? Because of the light. So, on everything here, the light is reflected. So, what we are seeing is the reflected light. But in between the things, there is no light. There is light. Why we don't see? Because nascent light cannot be seen. We say sunlight is bright. Totally wrong. Sunlight is dark light. If you go deep into the space, why there is darkness? Because there is nothing to reflect upon. Exactly the same way, this world appears only if there is something to reflect. Now what is to be done? Let reflection happen, but discover it is not real. That's it. Then Karnataka. So the husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father, they are okay. Reflected lights. See? Therefore, Karnataka, whatever you are supposed to do it sincerely, but don't get entangled in that drama. And we take entangled in the drama because we become Rana Pratap. Do you know the story of Rana Pratap? There was an actor who was expert, very good actor, and he was known for his role as Rana Pratap. And that drama took many shows. First tens, then hundreds, and then thousands. And after every show, he will come in the green room, and a boy who is collecting the dress of every actor, he has to collect it, put it in a box, put a label and lock it and go. So one day it so happened, Rana Pratap came after the drama is over. Then normally he will give the clothes and go and take 150 rupees from the owner and ride on a pathetic bicycle and go home and get scolding from. Today also you must not have bought Kothimir. Oh, what kind of Rana Pratap you are? No, I'm so sorry. Rana Pratap. One day it so happened that as usual he came and the boy said, "Hey Rana Pratap, chaddi utar jaldi." Talk to Rana Pratap like this, attack. He said, "My God, what happened?" And Rana Pratap with his trident in his hand, he walked out. A bus happened to be there. Got into the bus. So conductor, क्या हुलिया बना के आते हाँ टिकट निकाल. राणा प्रताप को टिकट मांगता है. And the driver saw, he winked, "Don't worry." The bus started. At night, 1 o'clock, in a deep forest, suddenly the bus stopped. Big jerk. Rana Pratap watched. What happened? Driver said, "Chittorgarh." Rana Pratap got down. Bus went. We are Rana Pratap. See? He was famous because his role was perfectly done. But then, one day, he forgot that it is just an acting, not the reality. Same way, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Immediately followed by Karnataka. Don't get entangled in that. Yes, as a father, support, help, but don't destroy the life of your children because you are a father. Let them learn to live under difficult conditions. See, this is important. Most of you first generation people came from India. There your life quality was different. You have gone through difficulties. Your life quality is different. Here, your children have got more comforts and all that. Their life is different. So you may be Indian by birth and by nature, but your children are not Indians. Remember, they are Aussies. But then you expect they should behave like you are, it will not happen. See, friend, you want to go global. See? And then when you come here, the bubble of the global burst. देखो संतो, सो ननु अर्क प्रतिबिंब सलिलादिषु च अवभासयति किम इतर पदार्थम निमहम प्रतिबिंबो अपि आत्मना तद्वत्. द टीचर रिप्लाइज दिस क्वेश्चन. प्रतिफलितम यत् तेजः सवितुः कास्यादि पात्रेषु तद अनुप्रविष्टम अंतर्गृहम अन्य अर्थान प्रकाशयति. See, if you have seen in Kerala, there is one family, they are known for that. I think it is in Guru Ayurappa temple, that area, Guru Ayur. So they prepare a what you call mirror out of metal mirror. It's very specific. So somebody gave me that mirror. चेहरा देख अपना. So I gave to somebody. I said, I don't need it. So, प्रतिफलितम यत् तेजः सवितुः कास्यादि विपात्रेषु. So, in that mirror, when the sun light falls, from there another light comes and illuminates anything else. Similarly, tad anupravishta antargruham anyanartham prakashayati. Similarly, chit pratibimba tadvat. Same way, consciousness reflected in the mind or buddhi tadvat. Similarly, anyan arthan prakashayati also illuminates. How? The consciousness expressing as the life flowing through the mind goes out through the sense organs and all the things are seen. Eyes by themselves have no vision. See? There was one lady in South Africa, Phoenix. Like you are sitting, she was also sitting right in the front. Very beautiful eyes. And after my satsang was over, I said, you keep sitting, I'll get up and give you prasad. Otherwise you make a mess, all jagda. So first of all, I went to her because her eyes were so beautiful. I went, I said, Mama, take. So I gave her. After that, one lady came, Swamiji, you have given the prasad to that girl first, remember? I said, yes. I said, I like her eyes. She said, Swamiji, she is my daughter, mother of 3 children, but she has no vision. Only her eyes are beautiful. No vision. See? So, when the Chaitanya in a conditioning expresses as Chetana, Chetana expresses as one mind is identified with one body, that identified mind with functions through one sense organ. Eyes, it becomes a vision. Nose, it becomes poking. Pokeability. Think. So, chit pratibimba tad vapushu yo jivatam praptaha. And this is how the 3 factors, Chaitanya, reflecting media, the thought, and as a result, the notion that I am that. These 3 things. So, chit pratibimba tad buddhishu yo jivatam prapta. He is called as the jiva. Therefore, this example I gave you 100 times. Man is Paramatma, the father is the jiva, the husband is the jiva, the son is the jiva. Now, if there are 10 parts, there will be 10 reflections. But does it mean that one object has become 10? What is the rule? Rule is aupadhik anekta appears but doesn't exist. Aupadhik anekta means multiplicity on account of some conditionings. It appears, it is useful but not real. Like north, east, west, south. It is useful, but is it real? Space is only space. How these 4 directions or 10 directions are formed? Reference. sunrise. Only one reference. So, that where the sun rises in the east. Where the sun rises in the east. So, the east is because of the sunrise, or sunrise is because of the east. And with that one east, then all the 10 directions are born. See, friends, therefore this rule, anything which is expressing through different conditioning appears to have become many, but is only one. And for that, when the jiva expresses through the eyes and the ears, he sees and hears. And when he starts commenting and getting influenced by that, then the jiva is born. When he is going through the eyes and the ears, he is seeing and hearing, but doesn't comment, he is Paramatma. Can there be simpler spiritual practice than this thing? Oh, it's okay for you, but it is very difficult. Then suffer. Suffer easily. Nobody can help us in this. See, my friends, understand this dumb thing called a jiva doesn't exist. Neither you go to hell nor you go to heaven. See, one youngster thought, he heard, शादी के बाद घर स्वर्ग हो जाता है. So he got married. And then he realized, शादी क्या की, स्वर्गवासी हो गए. Involved in this world. So what is to be done? Divorce? No. Divorce करोगे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to only do natak. That's it. But how to do the natak? What are you doing now? Even that is not hard. So you are pretending you are hearing, you are listening, but there is no change. The same wrong notions, the same old style, I versus you continues. Friends, spiritual attainment is not an achievement, it is a total loss. When you sleep, what do you get? Tell me. Sleep is a process of complete loss. तत्र माता अमाता भवति पिता अपिता भवति. See? कुछ बनो मत. Just be happy. But instead of being happy, we want to become happy. And what comes goes also. Therefore, chit pratibimbaha tad buddhishu jivatam praptaha. Now, how the jiva is born? Netradi indriya margahi bahir arthan yo avbhasayati. Now, this is very important. The jiva is responsible for seeing everything, etc. Now, the question is, if seeing is happening and there is the influence of what is seen, the jiva is born. Seeing is happening, but there is no influence of what is seen, you are Paramatma. How simple it is. But why this jiva topic is given in our scriptures is given only for one reason. We are all expert in blaming others for our problems of life. We are all expert. If I am a husband, miserable because of the wife. If I am a father, miserable because of the children. If I am a guru, miserable because of the disciple. If I am a disciple, miserable because of the guru. See? Then, kuch bano mat. Don't become anybody. How we become? Dekho, suno, bak bak karo. You have become somebody. And therefore, wherever, whatever you are, be 100%. Do your job perfectly well. But don't get entangled in that. See? If somebody is acting as Chhatrapati Shivaji, And in between he say, audience, यार मैं बेवकूफ़ हूँ यार, छत्रपति नहीं हूँ. The whole drama is gone. You have to remember you are on the stage of the world. What a role you have to play, play the role. See, in what is that text? Tripura Rahasya, toward the end, I think 17, 18 chapter, there are three types of stages of knowledge. The lowest one is talking Vedanta, listening Vedanta. Only. The second one is the stage of knowledge. Second, they are zero identified with the body, avadhuta. For them, this world doesn't exist. Whether they are putting on clothes or not, whether they are eating along with the dogs or pigs, no problem. They are not identified with the body. Therefore, this world doesn't exist for them. Therefore, they have nothing that I am doing good or bad. Nothing. These days in Tiruvannamala, if you see that YouTube, there is one Topi Amma. She is avadhut like that. And behind her, there are so many Angrez taking photo and all that. And anybody gives her anything, she throws her. But if somebody gives a topi, she is very happy with the topi. She is called a Topi Amma. What will you do with it? She will go to any hotel and get something and eat and go. Topi. This is second stage. The third stage. Abiding in the absolute reality, but nobody even will suspect that he is abiding in the truth because he has not become extraordinary. Space and direction, what is the difference? That is the difference between the wise man functioning in this world, so casual and so simple that nobody will even suspect that he is abiding in the truth. See, friend, you don't have to prove somebody. Do you know Brahman? नहीं, मैं जानता हूँ. See, friends. So, चित प्रतिबिंब तद वद वस्तु बुद्धिषु यो जीवतां प्राप्ता नेत्रादि इंद्रिय मार्गैः बहिरर्थान सहा अवभासयति. So the reflected light also illuminates this world. Like the original light reflects in the instrument, so there are two lights. That's what I told you. One is common light, second is the reflected light. Reflected light has no independent existence. If there is no reflecting media, that will not happen. Reflecting media is a thought. Thought has the content. Content are that to what we have given importance. If you remove the thought, the content, the mind is thought free. There will be no reflection. There will be only life. And the thoughts are born when we have given importance to anything in this world. There is nothing like good thought, bad thought. Thought is the thought. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.